Welcome to The Clopen Effect, a retail podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I'm your host, Meredith.
And I'm your host, Cass.
Let's have some fun. Oh, gosh. So anytime I need you, I just have to go, Cass!
Yeah.
Cassandra!
Yeah. No, it has to be same syllables. Cassandra. Oh. Cassie. Meredith.
Take me home!
Take me home right now. Jason.
How's Florida?
It was wonderful.
Good.
How's Florida?
It was wonderful.
We were both there, but we weren't there together.
So close and yet so far.
Yeah.
I was down there to drop off my son, and you were down there for Vegas.
Yeah. I went and saw the bestie down there, and we had a drink-a-thon like we always do. And yeah, I had a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
He moved, so he's not in Daytona anymore. He's
Yeah.
in, shout out to New Smyrna. There's some
Woo!
freaking weird people out there.
Oh, no.
So we were laughing, and because, like, okay, so craziest story ever.
Yeah.
We take an Uber out one night, and this guy was, okay, whatever. He was a little short with us, I'll just say.
Oh.
Like, we tried to make conversation with him, because we talk to people, whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, whatever. And we were like, okay,
this is
weirdo.
business
whatever.
only,
Yeah,
people.
Yeah. So we go out, we go drinking. We got another Uber to another place, and then we call Uber to go home, and it's the same guy.
He's probably the only Uber in New Smyrna.
So I'm laughing because the first trip, I'm like, well, I'm going to show this guy, even though he was kind of rude to us, I'm not an asshole, and I tipped him $10.
Oh,
when we got in the car to go home, he was so nice. And I was like, yeah. So then I only gave him $8. Which was still a good trip.
That's
still a
lot.
good tip.
Yeah, for sure. That's so funny.
We're both texting right now.
Yeah, sorry. We have to catch up here. We have to catch up. So I do want to mention Blue Sky Succulents. She is so fun. It's nurseries and garden store. Whenever we post something clever, she always has something funny to say. So we posted yesterday, I believe it was.
What is that
about
on Insta?
The world's worst jobs.
Yeah.
Right?
I never go on Insta.
No, you're okay. I'm on it, so that's fine. It's not too exciting. And it says, like the different, what do you think? Are these the world's worst jobs? And she wrote, I literally have done all of those jobs under the umbrella of mom.
Oh, that is so true. I didn't even think of that.
I said, I love that. That's so funny. So please go check her out. She's great. She's got beautiful stuff. It's Blue Sky Succulent. Okay, wait. Let me do this again. At Blue Sky Succulents, Fairfield, California.
Oh.
It's really long. It's
all
really
the way
long.
in Cali.
Yeah, but she posted on our last post. So just go follow her. She's so funny and she posts great things. So, all right. So I also posted different world worst jobs. Now this is really funny because I was doing some research this week and I have one article that shows 7 of the worst. And then I have another article that shows, I think it's like 30.
Oh, wow.
But the funny thing is, it's different.
Very different.
Like, because using the word worst job, it can go anywhere, right? Really?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
So, like, it kind of reminds me of Dirty Jobs.
Okay.
The one that has, like, the top 7 awful. I feel like they're
It's got
like
a
the
lot of
dirty
poop.
jobs. Yes.
Poop.
And then the other one is 30.
worst.
Yeah, it's like worst jobs.
So, like,
So
yeah.
you're going to hear a
You can put
variety.
waitressing in
Yeah,
there.
you're going
That's
to hear
a
a
worst
variety
job.
today. Right, exactly. And they give you reasons and stuff too. So I'm ready to rock and roll here.
Yeah,
Are you?
I'm ready.
So this is from allthat'sinteresting.com.
Sorry, I'm
And
texting right now.
I'm gonna tell everyone right now, stop eating.
Ew.
If you're on lunch, shut it down.
Shut it down. Unless you got a strong stomach like me.
Unless
I don't
you have
really.
a
it doesn't-
strong
it
stomach,
doesn't
but
bother
I'm
me.
gonna say I was even drinking like water, having a little snack last night, doing some research, and I was like, nope, I'm done. So, wait, before I start,
What?
we have like an amazing yard right now. So we have a peach tree.
Oh, so
we have
many
been
peaches.
giving peaches out
Moving
to
to the
everyone.
country, gonna eat a lot of peaches.
We have apples, 2 apple trees. They haven't been like super, like usually every year the apple trees give us so much, but unfortunately the bugs like them as well.
Oh.
This year, no bees, no bugs, less fruit, but they're really good.
Really?
So we have apples, red apples
no bees,
and green
though.
apples.
We need bees.
No, I have bees.
Oh.
They're over by my lilacs and like
Oh.
they like all my stuff over here.
Okay.
But on the west side of my house, they did not hang out with the apples this year.
Okay,
So we've
okay.
got a lot of apples. In the front I have a pear tree that has been amazing. And then I got a whole bunch of tomatoes. So
I have nothing.
I have fruits and one veggie.
I have nothing.
Oh, and onions.
We didn't do any veggie garden this year. I have no fruit trees. We just have nut trees.
You used to have a nice garden in the
We
back,
used
right?
to,
Yeah.
You know, and that was the only place we could put it, and we didn't like it because it was like right up against the porch and
Walkway.
you know, so we didn't really like it there. Well, our neighbor behind us just cut down a bunch of trees.
Oh.
So I told Johnny, I was like, you know what? Now the backyard is much sunnier.
Yeah.
We could go in that back corner and like put a little
There
garden
you go,
back
for
there.
next
So
year.
I think next year maybe we'll do like 1 or 2 raised beds.
Yeah.
You know?
So I was
Yeah.
super proud of my yard this
yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Last year I thought we were going to lose the peach tree. And so I fertilized
Yeah.
it. You fertilize them every other year with the stakes, the
Oh.
fertilizer stakes. You don't want to do it every year because it's too much.
Oh.
My brother lost a tree
Well,
that way.
Oh, so it'll kill them.
Yeah, it's almost
I
too
thought they
much
would,
for
like,
these,
go
especially
Hulk.
because of where we live,
Yeah.
Midwest and stuff, and the winters are terrible.
Yeah,
So I
winters
absolutely thought, and then I think it got struck by lightning 2 years ago because
Oh.
one of the branches split after
Well,
a
yeah,
storm.
because I was just looking at it when we were hanging out upstairs, and it's like brr, like split, like it has a middle part.
It has so actually that is what they're supposed to look like when
Oh,
the
is
fruit
it?
is on there.
Okay,
Because once you take
okay.
off all the fruit, it bounces back up. For that, and that's
Yeah.
the peach tree. So yeah, super, super neat. So now that we talked about all the nice stuff, we're going to talk about all the dirty stuff. All right, so allthat'sinteresting.com. 7 worst jobs in the entire world, supposedly, and this is from 2017. So we could have gotten even more
Yeah,
worst jobs,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So the first one is an embalmer.
You know what? Okay, so I had a friend, shout out to Amy. I don't know if she listens, but I had a friend that went to school for that, right? To become an undertaker.
Yeah.
And it creeps me out. I could never. I've just like I don't even like going to funerals. I mean, who likes going to funerals? But like it creeps me out to go to funerals. Probably because I watch so many scary movies. But anyways, I was like, why would you want to like work with that? And she was like, yeah, I don't have to talk to anybody at work, and like I can talk to them and they don't answer.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I get spooked too easily.
Right.
Even if I had my headphones in or
Yeah.
I would think that they were singing the songs
Yes.
with me, and I just
or I'd be
I
like,
don't-
oh my god, did they just move?
yeah,
was
and
that?
they do. They do sometimes.
Stop.
Yeah. So they're responsible for the sanitation and preservation of corpses. If anyone doesn't know what an embalmer is, but I'm pretty sure all our listeners
I
are
just
want to
get cremated.
They wash and disinfect the body, replace body fluids with gases and preservatives, as well as wash and arrange hair and makeup if necessary. So
Yeah. I don't like how they like I'm so weird. I don't like the makeup.
yeah,
But I don't know what would the skin look like without the makeup. It would probably be like blue or
I don't know.
bruised looking. I don't know.
So
But I'd almost rather
if something
see it
happens
natural.
to me, I would want Julia to do my makeup, but I don't think my daughter would want to
No,
do that.
I don't think so either. She'd be like, "Dang it, Mom! I messed up your blush. We gotta start all over again."
All right, so the next one is animal masturbator.
Ew! Sick. Who does that? Ew! And it shows a horse. It
There
shows a
is a
horse
picture.
getting jerked off.
When researchers conduct animal fertility studies, they naturally must procure sperm samples. And to do so, researchers have 3 options on hand, and none of them are very appealing.
Sick.
So it involves inserting an electric probe into the animal, requires the animal, to be placed inside an artificial what.
Sick.
And maybe the third and most disturbing involves manual masturbation by some poor
Ew.
person's own hand.
Ew. Ew.
I'm happy with my job right now, folks. How about
Yeah,
you?
I would prefer to not do that.
The next one is a manual sewer cleaner.
Yeah, I don't. Why?
And it's actually a picture of someone in the sewer holding his hands up like, I just cleaned that.
Like, we have power washers.
Well, this is in another country, so maybe this is Mumbai, so maybe it's different there.
Poor Mumbai.
Yeah, but
we need to raise some funds for some power washers.
Unfortunately, they just don't have any type of maybe power tools to clear blockages, so people actually have to go into the sewers and hand clean the sewers. So.
You know, we're like the only country that flushes toilet paper. Everywhere else, they throw it in the garbage.
Or they have bidets, right?
Yes.
They probably don't even use paper.
Well, I think they dry off after they
okay.
power
maybe,
wash
maybe.
their ass.
Yeah. The next one is a hazmat diver. So it's a picture of someone diving in hazardous conditions.
Ew,
looks
because
like.
We have those big like water conditioning things.
Yes.
And there's probably issues with those sometimes. They
got to go in there and yep.
Sick.
It involves diving into raw sewage or dangerous chemicals to control pollution, repair damages.
You couldn't pay me enough to do that.
No, I couldn't. I don't know.
I don't
like what would be your number? So the 4 that we've talked about so far, what would be your salary to do any of that?
For an embalmer, like if that's what I trained for, I don't know. Like
probably what they get paid is what you would go for.
Yeah.
But what about like any of these other ones?
But like
what number would it be?
Being a person that dives into sewage in a hazmat suit, like I don't think I would even do that for $1 million. Yeah. It'd have to be more than $1 million.
Yeah. So Julia just texted me. She started her first day of college today.
Happy first day, Julia.
And she just said, guess who I'm sitting next to in class?
Who?
Drew.
Oh, Drew. Hi, Drew.
Oh, that's awesome. Hi, Drew. Hi, Julia. All right,
so first day of school.
Yeah, I think he's almost done too. I think he graduates in December as well.
Be, right?
Yeah, I believe they may be walking on the same day. I think he mentioned that. So, that's awesome. Okay, so another one is a forensic entomologist.
Entomologist? A forensic entomologist.
Entomologist.
Okay, wait. Tell me what they do.
It's the study of insects in relation to a criminal matter.
Okay, so that's like CSI.
Have the glamorous task of studying rotting corpse and the insects found within them to figure out cause of death and when.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
That was what's his name on CSI. I loved the bugs.
Yeah.
The lead guy.
I think I could do that.
I could do that.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be terrible.
No, I don't think so. This next one is a mosquito researcher.
Sick. Get West Nile.
Now, this looks clean, though. It looks like it just says a lab technician is looking at a cage of adult male mosquitoes used in research.
Yeah, what are they doing to those
But what
mosquitoes?
are they doing to them? And if you accidentally get bit by one, what's happening, right?
That's how COVID started.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my unofficial opinion.
You heard it here first, people. Worst jobs.
Ew.
The last one on this article is roadkill collector. This is actually a image of a bear. So I'm sure that happens because they run out, on those mountains and such. So this is a picture of a bear that's dead, and you have to
how are you going to clean that up?
Yeah, with I'm guessing a couple people.
Or you chop it up, pick it up
That's
in pieces.
That's a very good question that I don't want to answer.
So speaking of roadkill, this is a story about a skunk, but it wasn't dead, thankfully. Johnny shows up to work the other day, and he starts pulling these, I don't know, whatever he does at work. Yeah. I don't understand his job. Yeah. He tells me, I don't get it, So he starts pulling these things, whatever, and something catches his eye, like in this hole of a frame that they put in. There's a freaking skunk in there.
Oh.
And Johnny's like, holy shit, there's a skunk in here, So the boss was like, I'm not dealing with this today. And he goes, looks at the new guy, the new guy who also just got back from his honeymoon.
Oh,
and was like, welcome back. Get rid of that fucking skunk. And then he told the new guy, if you get sprayed, I'll just pay you for the whole day. I'm like, I'd have made sure I got sprayed.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
We've been like, coochie, somebody needs a hug.
Spray me. I don't give a fuck. I'll go home. I'll sit in a tub full of tomato juice.
So do you know how he got rid of him? By chance? Did they mention it?
No, I don't know what he did. I think he put a board in there and coaxed him out, and
so we have a basement in our house, and so we have the window wells, around the house.
Yeah.
And in the front, every once in a while, we've been here, I don't even know how many years, like over 20.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, an animal will get into the window well during a really cold winter and hang out in there. They don't hang out long.
Right.
It's kind of like, I think sometimes they just like fall in there if there's snow and then they get back up if they can. So I was hearing scratching years and years ago. And like I said, I get spooked easily. And so I go downstairs to look and there's a raccoon like in it.
Aw.
But he's pretty tall
Yeah.
and he's pretty close to like getting in there,
out,
right?
yeah.
So, to climb out. So by the time I got my shoes on, my coat on, I'm like, I'm going to get a stick or a broom and just kind of like help him out and then run, right?
Yeah.
So I get out there and I'm like, okay, I know he's in there. I'm
Yeah.
like sweating and it's like 30 below out, So I'm like, okay, and I'm talking to him, right? Like he's listening,
Okay.
I can't see him because he must know that I'm around because he's hiding, right?
Yeah.
So I get the broom. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to stick this in here and I'm going to help you get out. And I'm out there and my neighbors are probably like, who is she talking to? So I put the broom in there and I'm like, all right, go. And I'm like, oh, nope, wait, okay, let's try this again. All right, go. And then I'm like, what the heck? And then all of a sudden I look to the right and there's already like footprints in the snow. He was gone. I was talking to my window well. He was gone.
I think the worst we got was like toads.
Yes,
Chipmunks.
we get those too. Yeah, we
Chipmunks.
get those too. Ooh.
Yeah.
The chipmunks around here are brats
They're
this year.
terrible.
I have no dirt left in my pots.
Yeah. Yeah. They're pretty terrible.
Ah, little jerks. But yeah, so I was talking to Air. I just,
It already got out.
So then, of course, I was like, okay, did he really get out? Was that the kids? Was that the babies? So then I'm like trying to sneak over. And then, of course, like a leaf moves. I'm like, ah! It was nothing. Yeah. All right. So now we're going to go to careeraddict.com. Careeraddict.com.
Addict.
Yeah.
Addict.
Yeah, it's
not
tough to say
addict.
after a long day of working.
Not addict.
So these are the ones that are not dirty, so you can go back to eating your salads and your soups and all that if you're
These are just
eating lunch.
the worst.
These are supposedly just the worst, and it's 30 worst jobs in the world. We'll pick the good ones, So number 1 is telemarketer.
That is absolutely one of the worst jobs ever.
Yeah. So those that are telemarketers maybe are agreeing. You get paid to make cold calls.
I could never do that job.
And I think, what is this? What is the year here? Let's see if we have a year here. Nope, it must be at the bottom. But, now everybody calls everybody. You get all these spam calls. It's like, who would even want to do telemarketing anymore?
Well, now you even get the politician telemarketers.
Yeah, right.
And they'll text you.
Yeah.
And I've answered them. I'm like, the quickest way for me to not vote for you is by texting me.
Yeah. Stop it.
Stop.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So you know how when they're automated?
Yeah.
And you just have to, I was teaching Steven this over the weekend. You can just put stop and it'll give an so I didn't realize that someone was just like a real live person or whatever was texting me. And it was something like that or like, hey, lose weight or whatever. And I was like, fuck you, stop.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, well, this is going to give me like a thing back. So I didn't really read my phone. And then a little bit later on, I go to read it and they were like, what does stop mean? I'm like, oh my God, it's a real person.
No, but you know what? That's because they use somebody else's phone number to text you.
Yes.
And when you answer it, they're like, what? I didn't
That's
call
right.
you. I didn't
forgot. I didn't even
you.
think about that.
Yeah.
I thought it was like real people. Well, yeah,
It's
it was
the
real
worst.
people, but they were being used.
I hate that.
Oh my gosh. It was crazy. All right, so telemarketers, you're number 1. So sorry about that.
Hate it.
And I think everyone else has ruined the telemarketer job, the role. That's what I think.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, you know what? Because no one answers emails anymore.
No emails,
what's the
no
next
phone
way to get
calls,
people? You're gonna
no text messages. If your number isn't saved, you're gonna no.
You want to hear something crazy?
What?
We were on our way home from Florida Tuesday. What's today? Thursday? Tuesday.
Yes.
And I have listened to certain podcasts before, and they have advertisements in the middle and stuff like that.
Right.
And I've listened to them before, but Steve wanted to listen to them. I'm like, oh, this is a good one. We're going to listen to this one. In the middle of the podcast, where it would be a normal, like a food or mattress, purple or what, however they were talking Florida. Like, hey, don't get killed by the railroad. Look both ways. Florida's the number 1 rail. And I'm like, how did you know we were in Florida?
That's so weird.
I don't know if it was just chance that we picked those.
No.
Because I didn't know that those.
Everything.
Yeah, our phones know everything. But the podcast, like how we do it, you put an ad in and it stays.
Right.
So now they have an ad that is specific to where you are and it changes.
That's when I'm in Florida.
It was wild to
my
me.
TikTok goes crazy when I'm in Florida. It starts showing me Orlando and Miami and all this where I normally wouldn't see those, So
And you know what else happens is if I go into a store, let's say they have Publix down there.
Yeah.
I walked into a Publix. Jewel and Meyer sent me emails.
Yes.
Hey, welcome to your reward center, blah, blah, or
Yes.
whatever they say.
Yes.
And I was like, it's because they know that I'm in the competition.
Gosh, dang it. Okay, so
It's crazy.
Okay, listen to this. So
Yeah.
I've been working in Wisconsin, right? So the big cable company and cell phone company in Wisconsin is Spectrum. We do not have that in Illinois.
Nope.
Right? So they have these people selling this shit. They go, oh, hey, can I ask you a question real quick? And I go, I live in Illinois. And they're like, why are you here? You know, and it's like, I'm working. I show them my badge. And they're like, oh, sorry to bother you. I'm like, yeah, no bother.
Yeah.
I started getting ads and emails from them.
Yep. It's crazy.
How the fuck they get my email address?
I know. It is crazy.
Bastards.
If anybody knows, come on the podcast and share all of that.
No, nobody will ever share those secrets. Tell us how to get other people's emails so we can start spamming them with the podcast. We will not be one of those. No matter how basically famous we are. We will never do that.
Oh, gosh. All right. So number 2 of the world's worst jobs is a cleaner, house cleaner, hotel cleaner.
Hotel, maybe.
So it says that cleaners are often mistreated in the workplace and
Well,
often end up doing horrendous tasks.
I'm sure. So, like house cleaner, I feel like if you can afford a house cleaner, you keep your house pretty tidy.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
like maybe there's assholes out there that'll like leave shit in the toilet, whatever. But like,
That's
I feel
gross.
like if somebody came to my house to like clean it once a month, like I would clean it before they came.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
because like I'm going to pay them to like do the shit I don't want to, like wipe the baseboards and get the cobwebs way up high and clean the fan blades, you know, like I'm not going to pay them to clean my toilets. I do that every other day, you know,
Yeah.
like, but a hotel cleaner or motel or Holiday Inn, yeah.
I cannot even
disgusting.
imagine.
Disgusting, because people have no respect for that place. They don't care.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, I've stayed in some hotels. First thing I do is lift up like the dust ruffle under. Disgusting. Disgusting. Don't ever take a black light in there. Don't look too close at the curtains. Never use the duvet at a hotel.
yeah.
They don't change them.
Yeah.
Like if they have, and I'm talking about, like, you know, some hotels are really nice and they have those real big, like, down feather blankets that they have duvet covers. I feel like they changed those more. But, like, if it's an old school one where it's just, like, a flowery that, like, my great
It only
used
goes
to
like
keep on her
half
bed.
up the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ever use those.
Yeah, those
They
are
never
just for
fucking wash those.
decoration.
Yeah.
Just
never
for
wash
decoration.
those. They literally give them, like, 25 minutes to clean that room. I've read so many stories from people because I follow these, like, no one wants to work pages and stuff. And and it's, you know, it's obviously it's satire, but they talk about how they'll use 2 rags a day to clean,
Oh, so you're germ to germ to germ.
but one is for the bathroom
okay.
and one is for windows and glass and dusting.
Interesting.
And they will use that rag in the bathroom, clean the sink, wipe the tub, clean around the toilet, wash the glasses, and put them right
yes,
back.
Yes.
Do not fucking use the glasses at a hotel room.
You know, I don't know if it was, I don't know, Dateline or something like that, 2020, years and years ago.
Yeah.
And they had cameras set up
Oh,
and they were
sick.
using Windex to clean the glasses,
Yes.
like spray, and
Yes.
then they would wipe them down.
Because we've all seen the maids walking through the hallways, right? Do you ever see glassware on their cart?
Never.
No.
They never replace
No,
them.
they don't fucking replace them.
And
They
there's no
rinse them out.
Dawn detergent on
They
their
rinse
card.
them out and they wipe them down and they put them right back.
Yeah.
Don't ever use the fucking cups there.
Interesting.
Bring plastic. Bring plates. Bring forks. Bring plastic. Don't fucking use that shit.
I love seeing the coffee pots in the bathrooms. Like, I'm
What
like, I'm
is
just going to like
that?
make a cup of coffee while I take my morning shit.
Yeah.
Like, what? No.
You know, and I'm trying to think. Because the thing that really like bothers me about public bathrooms is they don't have lids on the toilet. I'm a lid closer.
Yes.
I close the lid, I flush the toilet. We have the soft closing lids at home.
Yeah.
So it's like you just whip it and then flush the toilet and it goes down nice and
Yes.
softly. And it contains your poop particles for
Yes.
the most part, right? And that bothers me so much that public toilets do not have lids.
Yes.
Not that people would touch them probably because they'd have shit on them
Right.
anyways.
Because
but
people are disgusting.
disgusting. Sick. But anyways, I'm trying to think, do hotel rooms, they usually have a lid on the toilet?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
they do.
Okay.
And you know what's funny is I never thought of that. I close my toilet when I flush it, but I never even thought of the reason why. But it's to keep it, I don't want anything on my floor and or just anything. Yeah. It just splashes. It splashes just because. All right, we're only on number 2 and there's supposedly 30 on this article. Let's go to the next. So truck drivers.
Hey, my mom's a truck driver. I don't think she thinks that's the worst job. She likes her job.
I would say it's not the worst, but and this article says it, I feel like it is one of the more dangerous jobs in the world.
Very dangerous.
Yes.
We were just talking about you guys getting flipped off by a trucker and you don't even know what you did wrong. And you're like, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
I'm 2 lanes over. I don't know what's going on.
What the hell did I do?
I would like to bring this up, though. So we drove, in one day, from Orlando, Florida.
Fucking so far.
Up to Illinois.
Yeah.
North of Chicago is where we live.
So far.
And we timed it perfectly. I cannot complain about anything. It was perfect. We didn't hit any traffic. There's a little bit of construction, but when we hit it, no one was out.
Yeah.
Honestly, it could not have gone any better.
That's so
I'm afraid for
crazy.
the next trip.
Yeah.
And the reason why we had to drive is because we had a trailer with all his stuff.
We were moving Steven in.
So we leave Florida and we're headed to Georgia. It's the longest strip. There's like 333 miles.
Yeah.
Do you know that every few miles there's a state cop? And if you're going any more than 80, they are pulling you over.
Oh, yeah.
So many. And everyone did the speed limit. It was between 70 and 80. No one went any faster.
Yeah.
No one cut you off. No one went around you and made you like, whoop, and hit the brakes. You know how they do that? Where they no one's drag racing. The closer we got up north, the worse the drivers got.
I was just complaining about that.
And there was no police around.
Yeah.
Because we use not the Waze, but we use the Google.
Yes.
And so you can hit that there's
tell
like,
you
like a speed trap or whatever. It's, I don't even know what they call it on Google, but you can hit it. So there was a time where I showed Steve, I'm like, look at this map. It was like trap all the way down. You get into like Indiana and Chicago, there's nothing. Nothing.
Yeah. I know. I use Waze daily, and I like that you can report there's a police officer.
Yes.
Well, this morning, I go into Wisconsin now every day, and it's like as soon as you cross over the border, immediately it's 70 miles an hour. Well, I see on the GPS there's a cop sitting right where it turns 70 miles an hour. The guy in front of me is doing 45. I was like, bro, so what? There's a cop sitting there. It is 70 miles an hour. I just went right around him. I didn't even care.
Yeah.
It's 70. You can easily be going 75.
Yep.
Like, just don't go over 80 and you'll be fine.
Yep. I know. Oh, man. So Steve has a habit of every time he sees a cop. All right. So we had the trailer, so we didn't have to go super. I like how you rolled your eyes.
Because I know what you're going to say. It's so annoying.
He'll be in like the second lane and we had the trailer. So it wasn't like we could go any faster than like 75. He would hit the brakes when he saw a cop. I'm like, you're fine.
I know.
And then he would go like all the way down to like 63. I'm like, well, yeah, knock it off.
You're just making us look suspicious.
And then he looks at him as he drives past. I'm like, should I throw my beer can out the window too? Like, come on, work with me here. I don't want to look suspicious.
Oh, that's so funny.
So number 4, also very rewarding, and thank you, is soldiers. Military.
Got to be the worst job ever.
Yeah, I mean, I know that a lot of people, it's in the family, and they, thank you so much for your service, but I can't imagine, actually.
So I have to say something that's probably pretty controversial, but
great. I'm not even editing this podcast because we're recording on Thursday night, and it goes live in 12 hours.
This is funny, though.
So behave yourself. Please behave yourself.
So it was a picture of a text thread, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so it was like this recruiter reaches out like, hey, son, you're turning 18 soon. How about joining the Army? Yeah. And so the guy answers and he goes, do I get to choose which oil company I die for?
Oh, my God.
And then the recruiter's like, you have no respect. And he's like, really? You're cold texting people? Oh, my God. See, it was funny. You even laughed.
They said the worst of this is because you spend extensive periods of time away from your family.
Yeah.
Like you're gone and you don't know where you're going at certain times. They tell you at the last minute. So that I could see that.
That would be hard. Yeah.
Yes. And you get, inspections, your bed, your uniform many times a day.
I would never survive in the Army.
Yeah. I would not survive in the Army.
Have you ever watched Full Metal Jacket?
No.
I would.
Is that a movie?
Yeah.
You're asking me.
I know.
Okay.
I'd be the one guy in the Army.
Oh, now I gotta watch. I gotta add it to my list.
Add it to your list, Meredith.
Number 5 is social worker.
Oh, that would be a terrible job.
So I do have a cousin that's a social worker. She actually goes to court and represents the children. And, you know, she knows the background, she says, and she knows that these children should not be going back to their parents because there's a full file on what these parents have done and how they just are not parents, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And she said it is... The struggle's real
That
out
has
there.
to be one of the hardest things ever to
and
do.
I feel like this would be something that's overworked and underpaid.
I was just going to say, and you know they don't make enough.
Yes.
Because that's probably like a state-funded job, right?
Yes. Yes.
So you know they're way underpaid.
Yes. I mean, once again, like, thanks so much for what you do, though, because you're representing families and children.
That's,
and
you know what? And that's like teachers. Teachers don't teach because of the money. They do it because it's what they love. And that's the same as social workers.
Yeah.
They don't do it because of money. They do it so they can help people. It's what they love. They want to help these kids or help families. You know, because like the whole thing of a foster family is you only foster the kid for a little bit. They're planning on you going back to your parents, you know, and what a struggle with addiction and everything else. And you want them to do good and get their kids back, you know. So that's got to be one of the hardest jobs ever.
And once again, I would probably say it is a little dangerous too. You don't know.
Oh, sure.
You know, you're sitting in people's homes visiting to see what's going on. And I'm sure people are on. Well, I don't know. I don't know this because I've never been one. But maybe they're on their best behavior during that hour that you're there. So, but then you have to like kind of see if they're just on their best behavior or what did they do to them yesterday or what's going on.
I couldn't imagine.
You know, no, I can't imagine.
I can't imagine.
There's so many rules to
the
follow.
Horror stories that they have.
No, I can't. So this next one is a customer service advisor. So just the first 2 words.
We know that's the worst.
Service.
And then what's an advisor?
So they said, don't you know the saying, don't shoot the messenger? It's someone that actually advises those that are working in customer service. Like they're that third person in your
I've never called
headphones.
somebody. Well, that's a lie because like I've working at the grocery store and people are like, can you help me pay my bill on the phone? Because they're 90.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, no problem. So then I have to talk. And I'm like, yeah, I'm customer service too. So don't be a bitch, you know?
Do you give them your routing and checking account? And then
absolutely not.
I just read an article of a guy that's going to jail because the bank teller accidentally deposited $31,000 into his account.
Well, did he spend it?
He spent it.
Well, what an idiot.
He spent it.
I mean, I would probably try to.
And you know what's funny?
But $31,000, that's not enough. If there's $1 million, boom, I'd be gone. You'd never see my ass again.
Bali, here we come.
That's right. I'd be going somewhere where they don't have extra, whatever you call it, extradition. In Costa Rica, that'd be pretty safe.
Perfect. We know where to find you. But yeah, I guess he spent it all. But then, you know what's funny is the comments were 50-50. Like, you did the mistake.
You fucked up.
She
should be going to jail. Yeah.
And it was someone with the same exact name.
Oh, shit.
So it was like, oh, hey, how you doing? They looked it up. Okay, no problem, you know. And
okay, think about prescriptions, though, also.
Yeah.
What would happen to that person? You know, Brian Smith and Brian Smith.
Oh, yeah.
And one takes heart medication and one takes Viagra. And you mix those medications up. Whose fault is that? The person that they didn't recognize the pill that they normally take?
Someone's happy and someone's dead. This is ridiculous.
Someone's stiff and someone's soft.
Someone's stiff and stiff. I'm terrible.
Oh, that's great.
All right, the next one is a miner.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's got to be one of the worst.
M-I-N-E-R, miner.
That's got to be one of the worst.
Coal mining.
You know, when you think about like technology hasn't come far enough for us to not have to use that anymore. Yeah. People to do that anymore. Yeah.
It's incredibly dusty. There's toxic environments. Yeah. It's a great risk of a gas explosion or a tunnel collapse.
That's black lung.
Do you remember that story many years ago where the miners got stuck and they were in a hole and they had to dig down?
Yes.
And do you know what the biggest article about that was? When the gentleman... So first of all, they all had to lose weight to get up the...
Well, it shouldn't be a problem if you're stuck in there for that long.
Right. They all were allowed like one cracker a day, one, you know, like because they needed to lose weight to get up the tunnel. So first of all, I would just like, I'd be done. I'd be like, you know what? Don't even worry about me. I'm just going to walk over there and I'm done. You know what I mean?
I'm going to take care of this myself.
Don't even worry about it. First of all, I hate losing weight.
Impossible.
So don't even worry about me losing 7 pounds. You know what I'm saying? And the other big story was that when a gentleman did come up, he had his wife and his girlfriend waiting for him.
Oh, lovely. That was a great. He's like, fuck, I should have just stayed down there.
They were both there. They met each other. They were
my
like, all right.
God.
So I definitely would have stayed down there. So yeah, another worst and another dangerous.
And I think because a lot of, the hills, I'm doing air quotes
yeah.
because the hills in our country, they don't have any other jobs besides that.
Yeah.
That's what you do when you grow up.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
There's
And I
mining
can't-
towns.
Yeah, I can't believe that that's still happening.
Yeah.
In 2022, we still need people to do that. We don't have machines that can do that. We can't educate these people and get them to run these machines. Instead, we just kill them.
Yeah, right.
The fuck.
Jeez. You almost need a girlfriend and a wife, because you got to enjoy yourself while you're above the land, You go down that hole, you never know what's going to happen. Then you didn't get your heart pills, you got Viagra pills, and you're down in a hole with
Eating
people you don't even
crackers.
like, eating crackers. It's like, oh, man, what a mess.
Oh my God.
Oh, gosh. Next one is slaughterhouse worker. No thanks.
Okay.
Couldn't do it.
So Johnny was just working near a slaughterhouse.
Okay.
And we were sitting at dinner. And of course he has to talk about it.
Like he could
I'm
see what
like-
was happening or he could hear it.
He could see the trucks coming
Oh, yes.
in and he could hear the cows on the
Yes,
truck.
knowing that they were going to the house.
And
yeah.
then he would see a belt coming out and it was just pelts.
oh, sure.
Cow pelts,
Sure.
And that was like early fall or early spring. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It was early spring of this year that they were building on this addition to the slaughterhouse. And he's like, I'm so glad we're doing this job now and not in the middle of summer because I could just imagine what it smells like
Yeah.
over here,
Yep.
Ugh.
Yep.
I was like, all right, Johnny, we're eating.
Yeah. So they said that the reason why it's the worst, besides what you just mentioned, is that killing animals is actually extremely depressing.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, obviously it's a job.
Yeah.
It's something that you
Okay,
pay your
so
bills, right?
you talked about depressing, and I'm going to guess that dentist is also on this list.
Okay, yeah. Oh, good one.
Yeah,
Yes.
very depressing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have heard that one small area that
Yeah.
you're working in.
Yeah.
I have heard that.
And nobody wants to come and see you, and
This-
all you do is cause pain.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And in this slaughterhouse, it also says that it actually is linked to numerous mental health
Oh, I'm
problems.
sure. I
we're-
can imagine.
all the crime podcasts that I listen to,
Yeah.
people are nuts, and I know this, but I don't
Yeah.
think we're meant to see
No.
death.
Yeah.
We're just
And
not.
I eat animals, but
You don't want to see that side of
if,
it.
Okay, so say Chernobyl happens over here,
Okay.
and it's like I survived for some reason.
Okay.
If I had to kill a chicken or a deer or maybe slaughter a cow, I probably could if it
Right.
meant
Yes.
my life or death.
Mm-hmm.
But just to go work at a place that just processes meat,
All day,
I couldn't do it.
every day.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
And I come from a family of hunters,
Yeah.
so it doesn't bother me per
Right,
se, but I
right.
just don't like it.
Hunting is one thing.
Yeah.
But just
Like I've seen the deer hanging in my
Yeah.
dad's shop, and
Yeah.
and it just but I grew up with that, so
Yeah.
it's something that I've seen.
right.
But still, I just can't imagine working
No.
doing it every day.
Every day, all day long.
And it's just a smell too, right? You have to put the
Dude, I walked into the meat room today and the garbage can that they throw all the scraps in
yeah,
was
it
sitting
gets
right there, and
sometimes
I
it
was
gets a
like,
little
"Ugh,
rough.
ugh,
Yeah. It gets
what
a little.
is that? What
It
died
gets a
in
little
here?"
tangy in there, a little smell
little
of tang,
tangy.
little blood tangy.
It was very tangy.
So we're gonna lighten this up and talk about a promotional mascot, which we can
Why
add
would that be a bad job?
Let's
Why is that
find
the
out.
worst job? Maybe it's hot.
Whether it's dressing as a pair of testicles in the name of testicular cancer,
Oh my
cancer,
god!
or promoting a new fried chicken restaurant in a giant chicken costume, you're bound to attract attention, usually ridicule and bullying.
That's
So I could see that.
I have another military story.
Go ahead.
So this guy was a chicken sign twirler, right, for the fried chicken place.
Yes.
And these two recruiters walk up to him and say, "Hey, boy, we can get you a job making $70,000 a year." And the guy in the chicken suit said, "Fuck off." Who would rather be a chicken? That's how you know it's the worst job.
Yeah.
No, I'd rather sit in this chicken suit
Oh,
twirling this
gosh.
sign than be in the army.
Oh gosh. I don't know. It's funny because our JCPenney is closing here, so they have the
it
people
is?
holding the signs.
Oh, yeah.
And so the guy was holding the sign and he had it resting on his forehead.
Was he napping?
No, it looked like it, but he was down on his phone. Like his forehead was on the sign holding it. I think Steven was with me because we went shopping before we went to Florida. He was like, that's a job right there. Like, that guy is
Jeez.
probably so bored.
I couldn't imagine standing in one place just holding a sign all day.
Yeah.
Like, really? They can't just put a sign up?
It is strange.
Why
but
would
happy
you
that
hire
someone's
somebody?
getting paid to do that, I guess.
Come on. Yeah, and that's what you get. Somebody on their phone, not even like, hey, come to our sale, you know?
Yeah, maybe there's like permits and stuff to put signs up.
Maybe.
Who knows, right?
Maybe.
I don't know. It's always at intersections, right?
Yeah. It's
All right, the
funny.
next one is a traffic warden.
A traffic
And it's just
warden.
showing someone doing parking tickets, basically.
Oh.
Nobody-
A meter maid.
A meter maid. Nobody likes
Yeah.
them. Nobody likes them.
Well,
You
don't
gotta
be
do
a
what you gotta
douchebag
do.
and
Yeah.
pay for your parking.
Pay your parking.
Especially nowadays, you just like put your credit card in there and pick how long you want to be there for.
They said the reason why it's the worst is because of verbal abuse.
Oh, yeah.
And they say never take it personally.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you are.
That's hard, though. If someone's like, you fucking asshole, I was coming out. I'm already here.
I'm
and you just
here,
be like,
yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah, it's already printed. It's already printed.
I would be fired in a day.
Absolutely. I'd be throat punching people. Shut your hole. How about a pet food taster?
Why? Why would you taste it? It's not even for human consumption.
And this says, although some people actually enjoy eating pet food
Sick.
for a living,
Sick.
it's fair to say that most are repulsed. And they're showing cat food, which I have never had cats. I have friends and family that have cats, and every single time they go to feed the cat, it smells to
Smells.
me. It's the salmon or the fish or
Yes.
whatever it is. It's making me sick now
Ew.
thinking about the smell of it.
Ew.
I
It is
cannot
gross.
imagine tasting it.
The wet food,
but
yeah.
you actually have to try because there's bad batches that can be fed to pets. So you have to make sure and
What,
taste
you're gonna
it,
make
like-
sure it's not fucking poisoned?
I guess
You're gonna get poisoned.
I
don't want
guess.
to. I don't want to kill my cat. I better taste it
It
first.
says this job involves eating really bad batches of animal products and comes with the risk of severe food poisoning. Yeah, that's definitely
That's
one of the
another
worst.
one. I
That's-
mean,
that to me,
mil-
that's top 10.
$1 million plus for that one.
To be successful in this role, you need a highly developed palate. Well,
Oh,
I don't
get
have that, so I
out.
would never do it.
The first
Never
bite
do.
would kill your palate forever. So
So I feel like this one's not
Ew.
too. Oh, that's funny. So I feel like this one's not too bad
Are
because
you
you're not
kidding me?
touching it.
no,
It's a portable toilet cleaner.
no,
So I've seen
No.
them do this. They have the water and soap machine on the back
Yeah.
of their truck or the reservoir.
right.
And they have the hose and they just spray them down.
No,
You couldn't do it.
no,
You couldn't do it.
no.
Hmm.
I actually was watching Undercover Boss,
Mm.
and it was a guy that owned a porta potty company.
Yeah.
and he went,
And cleaned.
"Oh, you know what? It was waste management actually."
Oh, yeah.
Because they have garbage cans and porta potties and
Yeah.
this and that. And the guy that was training him to do the porta potties is like, "Come on, you got to go faster than that." And the guy's like, "Man, this guy's really pushing me."
It says that the average salary is $51,000. Could you do it for that? I mean, it's not terrible.
It's probably more now. I bet
right,
this is
right.
an older
It's
ad.
probably an older ad.
I
yeah,
bet it's like
or a
75.
article. Yeah.
That wouldn't be terrible, I guess, as long as I didn't have to touch it, like you said.
Yes.
What are you passing up over there? I
Those
see
are-
lots of interesting things.
Those are the same ones we just talked about.
Oh.
And the other 7: roadkill,
Oh.
sewer,
Okay.
masturbator.
Ew.
That's why you wanted me to say it again, didn't you? Disgusting. Sick.
Okay,
Crime
what's this one?
scene cleaner. So Clopen actually follows someone on TikTok
Yeah.
that is a crime scene cleaner.
Really?
And it's very interesting. And it's weird because if we had smell-o-vision, or whatever you want to call it, it's almost like you could smell
I don't
what they're
think
doing.
That would be like another one, like you have to pay me a lot. Like that's biohazard.
Right, correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And like maggots and bloodstains,
Oh my
body
God, I
parts,
didn't
body
even think about the
fluid.
maggots.
Like
Ugh.
there was one where unfortunately someone had passed on a couch and they didn't find them for a couple weeks. And
my
they
God, I'm gonna
actually
throw up.
They actually well, I'm sorry, stop eating your lunch again. They actually kind of melted into the couch.
Ew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sick.
So Timmy
Yes.
drives the ambulance.
Yes.
this is my daughter's boyfriend, and he doesn't have too many stories for us, but he also has that demeanor that's perfect for emergency.
Right.
He's always calm.
He's so calm.
Like if I decide to have a heart attack, he'd be the one I want
just
around.
be like, hey, yeah, Meredith, no problem. Wake up.
Yeah, he'd be like, here's what we're going to do. He's just perfect
Yeah.
for that job, you
Yeah.
know? And he said that one time, unfortunately, someone committed suicide and they went to go pick him up and the skin just kind of, you know, like it comes off the bone.
Oh my God, I was trying to drink my drink. I am
So sorry.
Fucking
I'm so
gagged.
sorry, everyone, but this is what it is. This is what it
Sick.
is, unfortunately.
I could never do that.
And it's like in my memory now that he told us that he said it just, you know, and then there's different ways that you can
it's in
do
your
it,
memory.
obviously.
Think about what his memory
It doesn't
is.
bother. It doesn't bother him. Well,
Sick.
no, I shouldn't say that. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but it seems like it's part of the job. And okay, we're just gonna, you know,
It's
and
the
it's
circle of life.
I don't know about
Your
that.
skin melts off when you die.
How about a fast food cook? We
Okay.
have a lot of listeners that I know
Okay.
have done this before.
People are like, get an entry-level job, get entry-level pay. They have no idea the stress
Yep.
of lunch hour at fucking McDonald's.
Yep. Anywhere.
No idea.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
They think you should only get $9 because you work at McDonald's. They wouldn't last 30 fucking minutes
Nope.
at McDonald's.
It says beyond the burns, cuts, minor injuries that can occur. It's also low wages in the food industry with people screaming their orders to you. Yeah.
And they're like, you put ketchup on my cheeseburger. I said, no ketchup. Get over it.
You look like someone that liked ketchup. I wanted to help. That would be me.
Again, I'd be
I thought
fired.
you said catch up to like the recipes or whatever we were making. I've never
I'd be
been in the
fired
food
the
service.
first day.
I have never ever done it. I would do it,
I was
but I've
waitress
never done
for
it.
a long time. And let me tell you,
I-
Sunday afternoon, you get that order wrong. That coffee's not hot enough. You're not serving soup yet. I'm sorry, ma'am. It's 9:30 in the fucking morning.
I
just
can't
because you
tell
get up
you.
at 2 a.m.
How many times? So in the stores that I visit or have visited,
Yeah.
people look for chicken, hot chicken.
At 8 a.m.
At 8 a.m.
Yes.
And usually, I would say most stores probably set between 9 and 10, maybe a
Yes.
little bit
Yes.
later now because of labor, right? You only have one person that's doing
Right.
it. And every single time that I'm
Yeah.
shopping,
Yes. You don't
I
have
hear,
any chickens yet?
Yeah, you hear people say it.
Aren't
Where's
those
your chicken?
Aren't those chickens ready yet?
I think just a couple mornings ago, we were at a store at 8 o'clock and someone said, did you sell out already? And they were like, "Wait, it's not even 8. Like it's not even warm. The warmer's not even warm yet to hold the chicken.
They're like, I'm still fucking loading them on
Yeah,
the
see
spit.
it in the rotisserie behind me. Yeah, exactly. What the fuck?
What a bunch of assholes.
I know.
If you want a goddamn rotisserie chicken at 8 a.m., make it yourself.
Yeah, you can buy raw and cook them yourself
You
at
can
home.
fucking put it in the oven overnight. You wake up to fresh chicken, bitch.
This next one says broadcaster, but I don't think I feel bad about that. It
No.
says it's highly stressful. It's terrible work-life
get
balance.
out. Why?
Um,
Why?
If you can handle the pressure, then it's not so bad.
That's not a bad job.
But
That
I
is not
feel
a
like
worse
for
job.
me, other broadcasters have made it look bad. So that's why I don't feel bad about this. Like I don't feel like it would be the worst. Well, if I was a broadcaster and they gave me those examples, like it's it's terrible work-life balance, it's a high-stress job. Yes, okay. But
Meredith will be like, I love it. I want that job.
yeah, I know. I love high
I
stress.
love being
If I'm not
stressed.
worrying about something, I'm worried about not worrying about something. It's ridiculous. I'm terrible. Oh, I still have a little skin left on my thumb. Let me pick that off real quick.
You're like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody out there in TV land. I just picked off all my thumb skin. I'm just so worried about these people caught in the cave. One cracker a day. Can you imagine?
Actually, I probably could do that. That's probably why I don't think it's the worst.
You,
I could totally
you would
do
love
that.
that job. You would
And now
love that
let's
job.
speak to the man's girlfriend. And let's speak to his
Oh,
wife as well.
and his wife is here too. How convenient. Both of you are
Charlotte,
here.
Charlotte, come on over here. Come on over here. This is Meredith.
Can we
with
get a wide
WGN.
frame? We need both women in the picture.
Girls' Day, come on in.
And how many kids are there between the both of you? Oh, he lives with you Monday through Friday and you on the weekends? Oh, but he tells both of you that he's working?
This is so interesting.
This is the 8th time he's been stuck in a well this month?
Okay.
You would be perfect for that job.
Actually, I would be. That's why I didn't think it was the worst job, because I freaking love it.
I don't think so either.
I need high stress in my life.
You know what? But you said WGN.
This is the first one I thought
I
of.
know, but I don't watch news anymore.
Yeah.
But when I did, I always watched WGN,
Oh.
and they're hilarious. And
Yeah.
so I'm thinking, I could sit on the fucking stage for 4 hours
Yeah.
and make jokes like Robin Baumgarten does all day.
Okay, so the only thing I think of, which is so small, is that I'll be sipping my coffee with my hair in a mohawk because I sleep on my stomach at like 4 a.m, and they
Yeah.
have a full face
Yeah.
makeup
Oh,
and
yeah.
beautiful hair, and I'm like, no, fuck that.
They are
Like,
getting up at 2 a.m.
Oh, they're getting up. Yeah, they're not even sleeping at night.
No.
So
No.
ooh, that'd be
Yeah,
tough.
they probably have no life like me. I get up at 3 a.m.
You do get up early. Do you
Yeah.
still get up just as early to go up north?
I do.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
I've been going into work a little bit later because it's just like so much more laid back. But I told one of the bosses today,
Yeah.
I was like, I ran my ass off all day long and I felt like I got like nothing done.
Oh.
So I hate days like that.
Oh, me too.
That's like the fourth
like the hamster
one
wheel.
I've had
Yeah.
in like the last 30 days. And
Oh
I'm like,
gosh.
come on.
You gotta change up your day a little bit.
Something.
Yep.
We just have a lot of projects going on. So it's like I'm focused on those. And then I'm like, shit, this is like the first time I've been at this store this month. So I need to do everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
So this next one is a paint dry watcher.
Why? Who does that?
Folks literally watch paint dry for a living.
No, nobody does that. Who does that?
I mean, my husband.
He doesn't even watch it though. He goes, I'll be back in an hour. It'll be dry when we get back from lunch. He doesn't sit there and watch it.
The purpose is to check how the color of matte and emulsion changes over time and to make sure that they're durable. So this is like a true, like almost like scientist type thing.
I feel like they have machines that can do that now. Computers,
I don't know. So it reminds me of
something.
the Golden Girls. It reminds me of the Golden Girls episode where Rose has to be like a tester. So she's got like 2 light bulbs and she has to see how long, which one lasts longer. So she's staring at them. And so Blanche comes in to talk to her in the kitchen and Blanche is like, are you just staring at those light bulbs? Like seeing which one's going to like shut up. And she goes, I'd be more worried about the spots on your face, Blanche. 'Cause she's been staring at the light bulb. And then the other one is a watch to see if it's waterproof. She sticks her hand and her wrist in the bucket of water to see if it's waterproof. And Blanche is like, just take the watch off and throw it in the water.
Yeah.
Like it's
Rose is such an idiot.
But that's what it reminds me of.
She's like the best one.
So this next one is called, or is number 20, the Queen's Guard.
That would be a terrible job, just standing there.
Buckingham Palace is guarded one of the is regarded guarded. I think guards
Guarded.
guarded is guarded.
Guarded.
We know Buckingham Palace is guarded.
It's guarded.
It's regarded as, I think they did it on purpose, as one of the worst jobs in the British Army. Once again, though, Army. Soldiers. Yeah.
I bet they get paid shit.
Have
you seen them push people out of the way?
Yes.
That's so funny.
And did you see the one where the woman goes to take a picture by the horse and he starts yelling not to touch the horse?
Yeah.
First of all, don't do that.
I know.
They're there for a reason.
I know.
Why are you taking a picture and grabbing the horse?
I know. I love it. I love seeing those where it's like they're marching to change. They're changing guards.
Yeah.
And they're all like, peace, taking pictures, and they just fucking shove them out of the way.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like as they're walking, like get out of our way.
That's like the epitome of a United States citizen. Like there's all these signs.
Yeah.
Don't cross the rope. Don't touch the horses. Don't get in the guard's face.
Mm-hmm.
And what do? And then they like get shoved down for it and they're going to be like, I'm calling my lawyer. Good luck, bitch.
Yeah.
This ain't your country.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't even have an accent.
Yeah. You don't even go here.
You can't sit with us. The next one is pest control officer.
Sick.
An officer
Roaches.
of pest control.
Roaches.
Yeah. I know they were talking about that at Steven's apartment in Florida. Every Monday, pest control comes through to keep it clean.
Because they have,
it's Florida.
In Florida, they call them palmetto bugs.
No,
they're roaches.
Sam calls them that.
She does. She was like, I had a palmetto bug in my car. So I didn't even tell Sam this. I didn't even tell her when I was down there because I knew she was going to freak out. One night, one afternoon, we're getting into the car and I opened the door and it was like right in the crack of the door. I saw a palmetto bug run out. And I was like, oh, fuck, you know? And I was like, don't say anything, Sam's going to freak out, you know? And then I think I sent you guys the grasshopper in the tree.
Yeah.
And then I didn't tell her about it. She didn't look
She
at the
doesn't like
snap.
those either, right?
We went out to lunch. We came back and she was like, where is it? Where is it? I'm like, it's gone. It's gone. No, it's not. I know it's right. Kill it. Kill it. She hates grasshoppers.
Gosh. Oh, gosh.
Hates them. But they're freaking huge down there.
They are.
They're huge.
Like you almost can't tell in your snap, but then you kind of have to look at the tree and the leaf that it's next to, and you're like, oh, that's big.
It's like, I don't know. How big is that?
3 inches.
3 inches,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
My husband says that's 6 inches.
Just keep letting him believe that. Here's your Viagra. That's awesome.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's great. Okay, so the next one's logger.
Oh, dangerous.
Logger. Yes, danger for the danger. It's
Very
physically
dangerous.
demanding and definitely dangerous. So 66, well, okay, so between 2006 and 2015, an average of 66 loggers die every year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
can
wonder why they
imagine.
didn't give us that with the miners. I'm curious about that.
Oh,
Like how
there's
many?
too many to count.
Yeah, maybe that's why they don't even want to depress us.
Yeah.
Taxi driver. So I'd like to count in the Ubers and the Lyfts and all
Ubers,
that as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
I would say it's dangerous. You got to put up with people puking
Yeah.
in your Uber.
Ew.
Gross.
Which reminds me, the night we had the same Uber there and back, we had
Yeah.
taken an Uber in between. And this guy had a nice car. I don't know, it was like an Altima or something. It had leather interior. So he had like a seat cover on the leather seats in
Yeah.
the back. And I got up and I was like, my butt is wet. And I was like, dude, I'm like, I think somebody spilled beer back here. I'm like, I did not pee my pants, you know?
Right.
But it was like weird because it was leather, so you didn't really notice when you sat in
Yeah,
it.
right.
I'm pretty sure I just soaked it all up with my pants, you know?
Oh, gosh.
Jason's like we get out and Jason's like, did you piss your pants? And I was like, I did not pee my pants. You know?
Yeah.
I was like, the seat was like, I'm like smelling
who
it.
knows what
I'm like,
you
it's
sat-
beer. It was beer.
okay. I was going to say,
It was
did you
definitely
know?
beer. Somebody spilled a beer in the back seat.
Oh,
So,
gosh.
anyways.
So this one I love. This is the next one. Retail sales associates.
that
We
should
have a
be
lot of
number one.
listeners that do that.
That should be number one.
Yeah, so you have to have excellent customer service skills, which, you know what? Whether you have them or not, people are going to still
Yes.
emotionally beat you up.
Yes.
It's funny because Steve keeps talking about this. So we were driving all the way through from Florida to Chicago, as I said, and everything was fine. We passed millions of people. And there was one driver that we were sitting, you know, in traffic and not realizing that he had his blinker on to move over because another one was merging. And so the guy starts flipping us off. And we're like, oh, wait, we have nowhere to go. Well, okay,
Yeah.
hold on. And we had a trailer.
Yeah.
We weren't just a truck, you know?
Yeah.
So he was like all like, and that's all he keeps talking about. And it's funny because you always say this, you got that one bad experience, but we passed a million other people that were
Right.
fine. They moved
Right.
over. It was fine. They did the
Everybody
speed limit.
did
They didn't cut
okay.
us off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like that's in retail as well.
Yeah.
Like you could have
A great day.
You could have 5 days in a row of great.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Nobody yelled at you. Customers are happy. And you have that one customer or one team member, and you're a whole day and maybe even a couple days after that are shot.
Ruined.
Don't do that. Don't
Ruined.
let it and I say this, but I also do this.
We
so
always let it ruin
you
our
take it
whole
to
week.
you take it to heart, and you're
What
just
is
like, oh.
that?
So this next one is an odor tester.
Ew. Yeah, no, I couldn't do that.
So, yeah, so I guess that's just
They
like
make you
on a
smell
good
cat
day, you
food.
might be testing the smell of a new frozen dinner. On a bad day, you might be testing the effectiveness of a new deodorant. The effectiveness, that means someone's got to run on a treadmill.
Yeah.
Ah.
And then you smell their balls.
And you actually have to smell a few armpits. Not balls, thank goodness.
Got new ball deodorant.
Yeah, yeah. So this one's dead fish harvester.
Ew.
So it's funny because I thought to myself, there's going to be nothing on here that I haven't heard of before. I've never heard of this one.
No.
So harvesting dead fish might be one of the worst jobs in the world. At the same time, a job's a job and some tasks need to be done. Harvesting deceased salmon, sharks, or tuna carcasses can be a challenge, especially when the smell is rancid.
Well, what are
But
they
you know what's weird
harvesting
is,
them
yeah, I
for?
don't know what but with a few hazmat suits and a strong stomach, you can survive and earn decent cash. So
Are they
it doesn't say
testing
what.
them to
Yeah, it
see
must
what they
be something.
died
You must
from?
obviously you must
Or
have to
are they just
collect
like,
and
hey guys, the beach is opening soon. We need to get
we
all
need
these
to clean
dead
it.
fish
Yeah,
out of
yeah. It doesn't say, but that's
We
very
can't-
interesting.
We can't let all the tourists know that the water is poisoned. We got to get all these fish out of here.
Yeah.
All right, I'm already freaked out by the next one.
So this one is podiatry technician or doctor. We can throw that in there
Okay.
too.
Nope, that's another. Got to pay me more than
I
$1
do
million
not
a
like
year.
feet. At work, they asked, they do like icebreakers and stuff. And the one was, what do you hate? Think about things that you dislike. And then on the flip side, what do you really like? And the first thing that came to mind, and this is what I said in the group, is that when a car passes you or you pass a car and the passenger has their bare feet on the windshield or
hate
out.
that.
First of all, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Because if you get into an accident, your foot's off. It's gone.
Yeah,
It's gone.
Well, your knee is in your face,
And your knee is in your face,
Yeah.
and your face is then broken, your leg is
Yes.
broken, and your foot's
And you're
probably cut
broken
off,
half.
and you're broken half.
and her arms were cut off, and her
Yes.
legs were cut off, and her eyeballs were dug out, and her eyebrows were shaved off.
No, don't do anything with my eyebrows. But yeah, so that's not great. I don't like feet. Now some people like
I
it.
hate feet.
Yeah.
Ew, only feet fans. Sick.
A roofer.
Huh.
Number 29. We're getting through these pretty
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
A roofer. So
That's
obviously
probably one of the worst
stress
jobs ever,
and dangerous.
and it's hot as fuck.
Yes.
Being up there on a hot summer day, you can't do roofing in the winter.
You can't.
You can't do roofing in the winter, which
Here. Around here.
we have winter. And if you don't have winter and it's just fucking 95 degrees all year long,
Yep.
yeah, terrible.
I actually had an acquaintance that I used to work with many, many years ago. Gosh, I was just like fresh 17. He worked at the Lake County Fair.
yeah.
And he also did some roofing during the summer. And it sounds like maybe they had gone out with some friends. I don't know the whole story because I wasn't really close with them. They were just an acquaintance. And they maybe drank the night before and then they were roofing. And he got
no.
dehydrated on the roof and fell off the roof and died.
Yeah.
It's very, very scary.
Yeah.
Very scary. Yeah, it's crazy.
Fuck.
All right, so this last one is an animal urine collector.
I just had to do that with Deezy.
Yeah, right. So you're official.
Wasn't too bad.
Did you get paid for it?
Wasn't too bad. No, I had to pay for it.
The job can actually net you around $80,000 a year.
The shit. I paid like $600 for that shit.
That's why, because
The
they have an
hell?
$80,000 a year salary. So, yeah. It says, why do you think stores like Home Depot and Lowe's sell coyote urine? Because we have collectors.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
No, they sell coyote urine to keep deer away from your
well, yeah, but we have,
vegetables.
it's because we have collectors that do it for us.
Oh.
Though. Yeah. I have one that's a rodent repellent, and I spray it around my house for the damn chipmunks that like to go under my house,
Yeah.
and it's urine.
What kind?
It's absolutely, I don't know
Whose
who.
urine
There's
is
a
it?
picture of a deer on there, so.
Is it? Then the deer are gonna come eat all your peaches.
I didn't know. They all stay away.
They move into Meredith, gonna eat all the peaches.
So just at the top of your mind, can you think of anything that maybe was missed in these
I said
37?
dentist.
Oh, dentist. Let's
Yeah.
talk about that real
I can't
quick.
believe that they weren't in there. That's like one of the most like worst depressing jobs ever. Everybody hates you. All you do is cause pain. You know, it's like it's a chore to go to the dentist. Nobody likes the dentist.
Yeah.
I think it's like I'm making up numbers, but it's like, you know, I don't know, probably 1 in every 300 dentists commit suicide.
Yeah.
Like that's how
Crazy.
depressing it is. It's probably
Crazy.
less than that, but
How about a proctologist?
playing with buttholes all
Yeah.
day. I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of people like buttholes, so
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I just don't know.
I'm not saying I like buttholes.
I mean, that's great. I mean, I'm happy for all of you that just said, yeah. I always wonder, so, you know, you become a physician, you go through all the
Yeah.
schooling.
Yeah.
You pick feet, butt, vaginas,
Balls,
balls.
prostates.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
but we need them. We need them. We need specialty. So,
I don't know. I could live without a doctor.
yeah. I mean, I
in
would
my
probably do like
butthole.
maybe skin. I would like to do skin.
Skin? Ew,
Maybe.
no.
Yeah.
People have like
all right,
scabies
so you are the smartest person in the world and they say you're going to become a doctor. What would you be the doctor of?
of the brain.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do brain surgery.
Very good.
I'd be like,
Very
you
good.
were right-handed when you came in. Now you're left-handed.
Yeah. You're welcome.
You know what I just saw a TikTok about was a guy talking about people who got heart transplants, like
Oh.
in the early days when they first started doing them.
Yeah.
so the doctor, would do the heart transplant and then the patient would go home, whatever. They'd come back a couple weeks for a checkup and the person would say, my handwriting changed, or I have these memories of places that I've never been.
Wow.
And so they finally figured out about like cell memory, right?
Yeah.
So then they would like get in touch with the family of the heart donor and say, do you recognize this handwriting? And they'd be like, yes, that's my son's handwriting. It's like, how fucked up is that? You pick up shit. Yeah.
So they have
Yes.
ball transplants.
Yes.
So what if you like go to look at someone and you reckon? Well, I guess it's connected to your brain,
them.
but the eye knows what it's looking at. That'd be crazy.
And you'd be like, wait, I think I know you. Do we know each other? And they'd be like, no, I never met you before. And you're like, I know you from somewhere.
Yeah.
So I just heard on the radio too, they just developed this surgery in Sweden, and it has something to do with something off of the pig skin. So they took 15 blind people. And they did this surgery with this pig skin in the eyeball. 4 of them got their vision completely back. All of them could see more than they could before.
No kidding.
Isn't that crazy?
It's
incredible.
incredible.
Who even figured that out?
Yeah.
Who figured that out?
Yeah.
I'm going to take some of these pigskin scales and put them in an eyeball and
we'll
I
see
have
what
better
happens.
vision. Yeah.
That's crazy.
The hell?
So my luck would be that the skin would continue to grow and then I would have a snout for an eyeball.
I was thinking of pig asshole.
And then I'd be like, oh, Dad would be a little curly coming out of my freaking eyeball. That would be my luck. Yep, exactly. I'd be wanting
You'd have
to roll around
eyeballs.
in dirt. Yeah, I'd have farty eyeballs. Yeah. Crazy. Well, that was awesome. So
happy Thursday, happy Friday.
Happy Thursday, Friday, and happy Saturday. Come visit us. Come visit us at Poppy Cakes. Very good friends of us. They've been on the show.
Meredith just showed me all the shit that we have to give away.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
Yes, and we have a fun game, and you can win a $50 gift card from us to Poppy Cakes.
And they have really good shit there.
Oh my, I cannot wait. I'm not even going to have breakfast. I'm going to go buy all the things.
I just want like some cookies and probably a cupcake.
Gosh. I am so excited. They're so excited.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. So we'll do some live.
Come visit us.
Yeah, we'll do some live and then come visit us too. It's
Yeah.
an amazing, great place. Super great people.
Come see your
very
basically
successful.
famous friends.
Yeah, see us all. See us all. So thank you for listening.
See you Saturday.
And talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Piggy eyeballs.
This podcast is brought to you by NameTag Productions, LLC. Entire podcast, unless otherwise stated, written by the hosts. Drums, written and performed by my son, Steven. The Clopen Effect, a retail podcast. If we have to be all in this together, we might as well make it fun.